I was such a nerd as a kid, loved sci-fi and fantasy, still do. And I think for me, I needed to believe that there was a bigger world than the one I grew up in. It was pretty closed-minded and very religious where I came from, at least in the space I grew up in. And so yeah, I would get into these hard science fiction to open up a new way of kind of seeing things, and that's carried onwards into my work and my practice now. I think I'm always looking for access into other layers of the universe, other layers of reality, other layers of how language and storytelling can function to not explain things, but actually kind of unravel and create new ways to think of myself. Recently, I'm running like 4 or 5 books all at once. I mean, I think the funniest one is I was searching for a book in French as I'm working on my French language skills, and I was like, you know what, I love The Hobbit as a kid, like loved The Hobbit, and I was like, I know the story very well, and so I actually picked up a copy of Hobbit with the French translation, and it's been a lot of fun to re-enter in this world and this new language that I'm learning, and kind of go back to memories of my childhood. In that context, I'm also reading, it's funny, I was reading this book by Garth Greenwell, Cleanness, and really loved the way it began. It was a really deconstructed composition, I think, around the experience of being a queer American foreigner, in this case in Bulgaria, and kind of violence around sex and desire in these spaces. And then it just kind of became a love story by the end, and which annoyed me. It was like, I preferred the chaos to just like, okay, now we're just pursuing desire and chasing it. But and then I just started reading this beautiful, I mean, it's a title I want to steal for a show, A Pale View of Hills. It's so beautiful, and it's just a really slow, simple book by Kazuo Ishiguro around the kind of use of memory and time in a Japanese woman who had immigrated to the UK, reflecting on a period post-war Japan of her life. And as the book goes on, the narrative crumbles, the memories crumble, the lines between what starts as what seems like sure reality start to kind of break apart, but not in a fantastic way, in a way that feels deeply human, and it's had a heavy contact with me because I think it's something I desire to pursue in my own practice a lot. I think what I love about books, and I think a lot of other artists who I respect deeply, who have strong writing and literary connections to their work, is that it provides so much world to pull in without giving the kind of visual limits that looking at our art history or other paintings kind of begins to put in. And so it leaves so much space to kind of create these synapses in my own brain. I was talking with a friend earlier about how I'm not really an artist who can just like walk in front of something and visualize something without any context. I can't just make up images in my head. I've been that way since I was a kid. I have to have an entry point, and I think I love weaving all these narratives chaotically, these different books all together from different vantage points, because it gives me that entry point into the work. And I think I used to think that I needed to like ravage something from the book, that like there was some truth or something that was missing in my own work, and that through reading it I would find. And I think over time I realized that it just was the wrong approach. It's less about getting something from it, and it's more about the way that it can begin to create new paths.